The man in the crawl space. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to post on here. But after what happened last night, I can't keep this to myself. I'm not looking for advice, just need to get it out. Maybe someone will believe me. Maybe someone's seen him too. I moved into this old duplex about a month ago. It's not much, but it's cheap. And after my last roommate situation imploded, I needed a place fast. The landlord, a guy named Rick, seemed a little too eager to get me in, but I chalked it up to the market. The place smelled like dust and old carpet, but I figured I could make it work. The first week was uneventful, except for the weird noises at night. I'd hear what sounded like scratching, sometimes a dull thump, always coming from the walls or the floor. I told myself it was just the house settling, or maybe rats. I bought traps, but never caught anything. Then, about 2 weeks in, I started noticing things out of place. My keys would be on the kitchen counter instead of the hook by the door. My phone charger disappeared for a day, then turned up in the bathroom. I blamed myself. Moving stress, right? But it kept happening. Little things, always just enough to make me question my memory. Last night it got worse. I was up late scrolling through my phone in bed when I heard it again. The scratching, but louder this time. It was coming from the floor, right under my bed. I froze, listening. The sound stopped, then started again, moving toward the wall. I got up, heart pounding, and pressed my ear to the floor. Silence. I tried to laugh it off, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I grabbed a flashlight and went to the hallway, where there's a small door to the crawl space. I'd never opened it before. The handle was cold and stiff, but it turned with a groan. The smell hit me first. Damp earth and something sour. I shined the light inside. The crawl space was low and cramped, filled with cobwebs and old insulation. I almost closed the door, but then I saw it. A pair of muddy footprints leading deeper in. I should have called someone. I should have just closed the door and gone back to bed. But I got down on my hands and knees and crawled in, following the prints. The air was thick, and my breath echoed off the wooden beams. The footprints led to a corner where the insulation was torn away, revealing a small hole in the wall. I shined my light through the hole. On the other side was a tiny room, barely big enough for a person to sit in, and someone was sitting there. He was facing away from me, hunched over, his back rising and falling with slow, deliberate breaths. His clothes were filthy, hanging off him in tatters. His hair was long and matted, almost covering his face. I couldn't see his hands, but I could hear them, scratching at something in his lap. I tried to back away, but the beam of my flashlight must have caught his attention. He turned, slowly, and I saw his face, or what was left of it. His eyes were wide and glassy. His skin stretched tight over his skull. His mouth hung open, lips cracked and bleeding. He stared at me, unblinking. I scrambled backward, banging my head on the beams, but I couldn't look away. He started to crawl toward the hole, dragging himself with those long, bony arms. His nails scraped against the wood, leaving deep gouges. He didn't make a sound, just stared at me with those dead eyes. I made it out of the crawl space and slammed the door shut, shoving a chair in front of it. I sat there all night, listening to the scratching on the other side. It didn't stop until dawn. This morning, I called Rick, the landlord. He acted surprised, but I could tell he knew. He said the last tenant left in a hurry and that the crawl space was off limits for a reason. He offered to let me break the lease, no penalty. I'm writing this from a motel. I don't know who that man is or how long he's been down there. I don't want to know. But if you ever move into an old house and the landlord seems a little too eager, check the crawl space. And if you hear scratching at night, don't look.